What is up, guys? It's Black91 coming to you with another Naruto commentary, chapter 694. And the title of this chapter is Naruto and Sasuke Part 1. Now, before I start, I'd like to let you guys know that I got both of my translations from mangareader.net and mangastream.com, and there's a lot of things that I like from both of them and a lot of things that I didn't like. But based off of what both of those websites have said, I came to my own thoughts about what Sasuke and Naruto got down to the nitty gritty, what they meant, or what Sasuke really meant. Now, we have Sasuke. He gives his explanation to Naruto of what he thinks a Hokage is. He pretty much explains to Naruto what Itachi did in the past, to how he had to protect the well-being of the hidden of the Leaf Village in the Fire Country, what he gave to them, what he had to sacrifice and endure in order to keep peace. And it came down to him sacrificing everything for the sake of having the hidden Leaf Village wouldn't go into war and disparity. And he was telling Naruto pretty much that is a true Hokage, a Hokage that will seep into darkness, that will take on the hatred and swallow it and take on all the burdens of everyone, everything. He was considered to be a criminal and a traitor to his own country, and Sasuke believes that he can be that. But in order for him to do that, he has to first get rid of everything from his past that would hold him down or strip him from making that change. He has to rid of it. Now, he goes on to saying that he doesn't have his mother or father or brother anymore, that he's truly alone, and that he can burden all of this. He doesn't even have his clan anymore, that he will take on the responsibility of making a new for the people of the shinobi world. And the fact that he sees this, and another thing that he talks about is he mentioned that he wants to destroy all the Kages, destroy all the tail beasts, and the only person that is standing in front of him of doing that is Naruto, and he has to destroy him as well. Having all these things in front of him and knowing that he's not like his brother, he respects and understands where his brother is coming from. The fact that you can't do this alone, that we're flawed by ourselves, we need other people to complement us into making things better. But he knows, he understands and respects that, but he knows that he's a different person, that he's gonna to fix all the errors and mistakes of the shinobi world. He wants to erase it, totally annihilate it. And he's a different person, so he's not like his brother. He said he will make the change, he will take on everything, he will become the darkness and hatred of everything. The villagers won't have to be part of that. They won't have to endure in such negativity. He will be the one that will endure all of that and take it on. But in Naruto, he pretty much tells him, you think people are going to allow that or to accept that or be okay with that you're this righteous guy, that I'm going to take on the darkness and no one else will have to, because hatred is always going to be here, so might as well I be the hatred. I'll be the one to take on it. I will be the one that will grant the judgment and execution or punishment of all of those, because I have the power. And that and we get to see that having power, a lot of power, comes great responsibility, and he wants to be the responsible one because he has that power to do so, the power to make a change. And Naruto, he goes back to think about what Itachi has been saying, as far as a lot of things that Sasuke said, Naruto said in the past, and Itachi had to correct Naruto, like, listen, I've been alive died and came back to life, and seeing that what I did wasn't right. I learned the errors of my ways, that I made mistakes. That wasn't the right path I should have taken. I probably should have, let people in and help me to come to a better conclusion to things. And probably if I had done that, a lot of other things wouldn't have happened. Not letting Sasuke in on the plan. One, Sasuke is young, he's 8 years old, but Itachi felt like after he came back from the dead, he felt that maybe if I would have let him in on it and been honest with Sasuke and told him the truth, maybe he could have persuaded the Uchiha clan to not doing a coup d'etat. But from the time where Itachi was in, he believed that he had to take on everything, all the burdens. Shisui told him, you're gonna live down a life of darkness and shadows. You're gonna have to take on the darkness of everything. You're gonna be the only one to burden all this. I'm sorry, it's gonna be a tough path, but you're gonna have to endure. And his parents told Itachi that the choice that you make, you have to live with it, because you're gonna have a tougher road ahead of you. And also going up against Danzo. Well, Shisui going against Danzo, and Danzo. Itachi, I believe he did go up against Danzo, not so much, but Itachi was told all these things. He had a Hokage set mind, but after he died and came back, he realized that you can't do it by yourself. It's too much to bear for one person. You just can't. And we've seen in history, all the people have done it alone and done it together have succeeded a lot more. Yes, there's a balance, a yin to the yang. You need the both sides of the coin to make things coexist and work, because there needs to be a balance. You need the extremes and the not so extremes. Hashirama had his brother Tobirama. Hashirama was the more light-headed, the more easygoing, more warmth person. Tobirama wasn't that as much. He was more the more straightforward, firm thinking leader. But they were both Hokages, and they both had different perspectives, and they both can do things a little bit differently. If you have two people working together, they could come up with more better solutions. Synergy, 1 + 1 = 3, because both of your ideas could come to make a whole new idea. And we had that with Sarutobi and Minato. They both worked together. They both had different views and ideologies. Well, I didn't say ideologies. Their ideologies probably co-aligned with each other, but they both have different perspectives on things, so they can make different decisions. So those things work. And we see all the people in the past who have tried to do it alone and failed. We have Madara, Obito, Danzo, Hanzo, Nagato, Orochimaru. I mean, yes, they had people or key players that work with them, but they believe that themselves that they can get things done and they will take on the world themselves. But that doesn't work. I mean, it's not reality. Yes, it happens, but pretty much Sasuke's way of being Hokage would be a dictatorship, because he doesn't care about what other people think. Naruto, told him that his rebuttal was pretty much, people have to acknowledge you. You're going against what Itachi believed in. Itachi went through all the struggles and tribulations and trials of what happens when you do everything alone, that it's not going to work out. You're going to lose anyway. And if you, and this is the thing with Sasuke, I like Sasuke as a character, but if you kill every single country's leader, the people that they chose to be in power because they believe that they can make a change, if you take away all those people's leaders, their hope, because you want to be darkness, then you are doing the exact opposite of helping. You're doing more harm than good. So Sasuke, he's not completely wrong in his thinking. It's just it's not going to work forever. He will have to come up against a lot of people that will not believe in him and kill them off. And then when people see that, they will start to turn their backs on him and say, we don't trust in you, we don't believe in you, and that will cause a revolution. So what Sasuke talks about, he talks about a revolution, a change. That's something that he will cause inevitably because of his actions. People will turn against it, and that will be the revolution. Your revolution against them. Then what? Because you feel that you're alone. Because he feels that he's alone. It's like I'm directing it towards him. But because Sasuke feels that he's alone, he wants to take in everything. He believes that he has no love in him. But that's wrong. And there's a whole lot in this. But it's pretty much two ideologies. Naruto represents the past. And he talks about, I've learned everything from the people that came before me in the past to help me to make better decisions now. He represents the past and everything that Sasuke wants to erase. He represents the Biju because he is a Jinchuriki himself. He has all the Biju in him. He represents the hatred of the how should I put it? He represents the village. He represents the good and the bad of the village. Because of the village, because of the village actions, he's a result of that. He represents everything that Sasuke wants to erase, and Sasuke is the future. He believes that erasing the past, even his brother, he believes that his brother is now just a memory of the past. If he erased the past, that means Naruto in front of him, he will create a pure white future, starting anew. But you can't create a pure white future when there's a taint of blood, when blood is shed, because it won't be pure white, it'll be a tainted white. And nothing can be pure, it could just only be better. What would have to be is that people will make a change in how they think and how they go about things and how they go forward. And that's what Sasuke represents. He represents the future, what he believes to be the future of going forward and dealing with the shinobi world. And Naruto represents the past and what he believes, keeping the past to move on to the future so we can learn from our mistakes. So I think Naruto goes about it in the more right way. But I believe that both Naruto and Sasuke could both be Hokages and both be the balance of light and darkness, the yin and yang. That, whatever Sasuke or whatever Naruto can, I always bring Sasuke, but whatever Naruto can do, as far as if there's some things that he can't bear, he could lean on Sasuke to make those choices, because Sasuke, he will understand what it means to be hurt and to go through those things. Like, you know what, I'll be able to I'll solve this. And then things that Sasuke can't solve, because Sasuke is more a harder exterior, it's hard to get into Sasuke. Naruto be that kinder, gentler person where he could bring in more people. But there's a balance where they both are strong, they're both on equal levels, they both can take on certain situations, but some of them they can handle it differently than others. And Naruto's probably more approachable than Sasuke. And Sasuke, being the last living Uchiha, he can have a perspective on things that Naruto probably won't have. Well, Naruto is the last living Uzumaki, but they both have. But he's lived through experiences where his clan was killed. Naruto never knew his clan, so he doesn't have that experience. But Sasuke has an experience where his truth is that he sees things a different way, and he can help another clan solve problems where, okay, you don't want to go down this route because this is what happened to my clan. Do you want to reenact history and make this decision? No, I don't think so. So Sasuke, I do believe he is very important to the Leaf Village. He should be co-Hokage with Naruto, and they can work things out together. And Hagoromo, he just pretty much Kakashi wants to know what is there that I can do, and Kakashi tried to take on all the burden, which it didn't work. Hagoromo was just like, all you can do is believe that things gonna work themselves out. Itachi left it up to Naruto. You know, you say you consider him like your brother. I leave it up to you, and that's what pains Naruto so much. So he is going to make Sasuke see a different light or make a change, and they start their fight at the end of the chapter, and which is so epic. So that's my thoughts on it, on this chapter. It's pretty much two ideologies. Sasuke, in his way of thinking, in his mind, he believes that he is the better path to the future. By erasing the past, he can move on and move the Shinobi world in a better future to better light. And Naruto's ideology is that he represents the past. From learning from past mistakes, he can make better choices towards the future to not having certain things happen again. And it's just pretty much clashes of ideology. So that's my thoughts on this chapter. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. You can go to my Facebook fan page in the description box below. Like this video if you did. There's so many things so many points that I had, about what Sasuke believes and what Naruto answered towards that. And in the last chapter, it made it seem that Naruto would kind of be like stumble a little bit. Oh wow, I kind of see what you're saying, but so many things, so many possibilities, so many things. So it was a good chapter. I liked it a lot. Now I want to see how things are going to go. If I forgot anything, just leave any comments below. Help me to see a different perspective, or what it is and stuff. So this is Black Boss 91 signing out.